Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think there is an imminent Russian attack on Ukraine from a second front, which will be opened in the north of Ukraine, or if you want, northeast a little bit, by Chernihiv, Chernihiv, and Sumy oblasts. I made a video a while ago, which was about a few days ago, claiming that there was an invasion, it's going to be a new invasion, a new front. The Ukrainians claim that the Russians kept over there about 19,000 military personnel, and now the Ukrainians also say we are beefing up our forces over there in an attempt to stop the possible Russian attack. I have here an article from the New Voice of Ukraine. But before that, let me show you my videos that I made on this subject. And there are the first two, the one on top, January 8th, new Russian invasion from the north with 19,000 troops across Chernihiv, blah, blah, blah. And the other one is Russian forces prepare attack/invasion from northern direction, prepare, blah, blah, blah. So these were the videos I made on the 11th and on the 8th of January, and now the Ukrainians are coming with this article, let me show you, that we're going to discuss today. The New Voice of Ukraine, January 13th, 2024. We're going to have a map attached to this article. Ukraine boosts northern border defense by over 60% in recent months, said General Nayev. Ukraine has deployed 63% more equipment on defensive lines along the country's northern border in recent months, the commander of the Joint Forces of the Armed Forces said on January 12th. Nayev emphasized that despite periodic Russian attacks in the border zone, the situation in Chernihiv Oblast is under control. There are no large Russian offensive formations there, but we beef it up with 60%. Although the enemy routinely employs artillery, sabotage and reconnaissance groups and strike drones in the area. There's no problem, no large, nothing. It's under control, but we're just going to do what? We boost 60%. Okay, there's nothing, but we just do it for pleasure. We are not sitting idle, Nayev said. So let's see where this Chernihiv is. Right here in the north, by Belarus. This is Belarus, this is Russia, Bryansk Oblast, so this is the border of the three countries. And they are talking about Chernihiv, Chernigov, and I would claim that almost Sumy is also in danger zone. So as you can see, we have, let me get my thing here. We have this area where the war is actively occurring, face-to-face contact line, and they're going to start right here in this area, really far away, because they said, the Russians said, we have to make sure that we create a buffer zone right here in Belgorod area, where the Ukrainians are shelling the town, according to the Russians. Defense forces are acting preventively. We are increasing the number and effectiveness of mobile air defense groups and conduct counter-diversionary work. But the main focus is on building defensive lines and creating a powerful system of engineering obstacles. Such obstacles include the construction of concrete protective structures, bunkers, and firing positions along the border. In the future, the military plans to deploy mines in certain sectors of the border. They're getting ready to be attacked, basically all that. He added that such preparations help to deter a potential attack by at least a battalion of Russian troops. So that is from Chernihiv and Sumy, I will claim. Similar measures to strengthen the border are being taken in other regions from Volyn to Kharkiv or Kharkov. So the whole thing is this part here. The Russians are coming this way. Are they going to try to attack them from behind? I don't know. We'll find out. The Ukrainian Armed Forces previously reported that Russia has concentrated around 19,000 soldiers near the border with Sumy and Chernihiv Oblast. So exactly what I was telling you, this right here. The 19,000 are not a lot, depending on how many defensive forces Ukraine has. If they have 3 people over there, obviously 19,000 is a lot. However, authorities have not seen indication that the country is creating strike groups for an attack on northern Ukraine. No, they're not, but you get ready, right? Well, it's good. Preparation is always good, regardless. And I suspect that the Russians will open, or at least will create some problems in the north for the Ukrainians. So the Ukrainians will mobilize from the contact zone where they are right now in Kharkiv, Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporozhye, and Kherson Oblast, the whole entire contact line, to move somewhere north or try to start their mobilization, which will anger the population, obviously the Ukrainian population. So we'll see. Maybe they will do both. Maybe more mobilization, because the mobilization bill that this guys put in front of the Rada, trying to mobilize about 500,000 people, it was withdrawn. It was taken back. So they said, we're not going to vote. Take it back, bring it back differently. So now the government, Zelensky's government, is looking at it, the proposal, and say, let's see. No, these guys are very upset with 500,000. What are we going to do? Let's say 1 million. We'll see. But nevertheless, that's a problem. They don't have people to recruit anymore, or there are people who really hide, run away, go to cross the border illegally to other countries. They try to recruit those guys. Those guys are saying, yes, we're coming. We're big mouth, outside, but when it's about going over there, maybe they don't want to fight for Zelensky Stein and his masters. Maybe they're just, some of them don't want to get engaged with the Russians because they understand, hey, maybe this is just a manufactured conflict for the interest of outside of our country's interest. And you can see that in the Red Sea with the Houthis right now. You can see in the Balkans. You will see in the Far East that Taiwan just made a bad decision. Not a bad decision. It's up to their people to make the decision. But from my perspective, is the shit will hit the roof or the fan, and it's going to be spreading like this. And Al Capone's handlers are just waiting for Iran, waiting for the Balkans, the Serbs, and also waiting for Far East, and see how these guys in Taiwan will be eventually smacked by the Chinese, and we'll see what the Americans will do then. They will do, Ukraine number 3, because Ukraine number 2 is actually what's going to happen in Iran is not going to be Ukraine number 2. It's going to be something where these guys really attack straight. They don't use others to die for them. That's in Iran, which is via Houthis Yemen. They're going to fight the Iranians by themselves. There's not going to be other people fighting for them, like it is in Ukraine and will be in Taiwan. Even though in Taiwan can't withstand an attack, frontal attack from China 100%. After all, did you look over the map? I don't think so, unless someone else intervenes. And who's that? United States doesn't have the power, but you'll see. Oh, it has the power? Well, I hope that doesn't happen. Let's start with that one. First is not our business their business to be over there. And the second one, I hope we don't get that point. But I think these guys have will trigger something over there. After all, they were building everything in South Korea, Japan, and that area. So those guys were going to fight for them as the Ukrainians are fighting for them. The Russians over there will be the Chinese and probably the North Koreans. Well, what do you want? We fight for the good, right? We're not on the same team. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.